And risk management in regulated environments. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining our session today. It's so great to see people interested in this topic. To start our talk, please let me make a statement. AI hallucination in clinical AI is not a theoretical risk. It's a measured, well-documented, peer-reviewed phenomenon that is happening right now. AI hallucination may appear in any system. For example, the ones that assist medical staff in their daily routine, the ones that actually support hospital processes, or even systems that generate claims and care plans. But I'm not here to discourage you from using the AI. I just want to show that by using proper engineering techniques and approaches, impact of AI hallucination can be minimized or nearly eliminated before it affects the clinical judgments, before it reaches the clinicians. And before we dig into the roots of the problem, let me briefly tell who we are. My name is Marina Chernik. Thank you for the introduction. And I'm working at ScienceSoft. ScienceSoft company is an IT engineering company that's been on the market for 37 years, and 21 years it's successfully delivering healthcare projects, so healthcare solutions for the clients all over the globe. Now let's get back to our topic. Here is something to think about. Did you know that 92% of 92% of clinicians face the AI hallucination in clinical tools personally, and 85% of those clinicians, the same clinicians, claim that those hallucinations could cause harm to their patient's health. Moreover, 18% of 18% of AI-assisted discharge summaries has issues that actually, I'm not talking about typos, I'm talking about the serious stuff like non-existent allergies or medications or omitted diagnosis or mixed up diagnosis, and the list goes on. That's all a clear call to action. We have to do something to make sure that we can still use AI and we can protect patients from the harms that may be actually brought by those hallucinations. Let's first define what the AI hallucinations are and how they appear in the first place. So, AI hallucinations, in very simple words, AI hallucinations, in very simple words, are the incorrect output generated by AI. Hallucination happens because large language models do not know things the way humans do. There are no databases, there are no knowledge bases. The objective of LLM training is simple. It's supposed to predict next token based on everything that came before. And that's exactly what they do. They learn how to do that by analyzing billions of sample texts, extracting patterns, adjusting internal parameters to make sure that it produces the most plausible prediction. That's actually the main cause of the hallucination. It's not a deterministic process. It's statistical. It's a statistical process. So hallucinations may appear in many different formats. If there is a pattern that clearly indicates that something should be populated, but it's missing, AI may add something statistically acceptable, which is incorrect for the current patient. Like for the missing allergy, it may populate the missing field with or empty field with the more statistically possible allergy. Sometimes it may retrieve all the facts correctly, but cannot make a proper decision based on those facts, demonstrating reasoning chain error hallucination type. It may skip or ignore crucial facts, which is critical omission type of hallucination. It can combine old and new data in unpredictable manner, which is a typical example of silent merging. Luckily for us, AI hallucinations are not unsolvable mysteries. It's an engineering problem. And we have to do something. We have to design an architecture that can catch and prevent and handle this hallucination before it affects clinical judgments and your patients. So, to address nearly all hallucination types, we can use so-called multi-agent purification method, which is actually an implementation or AI version of the well-known 4I principle. Let's see how it's put in practice. We have a patient with the symptoms, with the following symptoms. Here is this man was admitted for the chest pain, left side neck and arm pain, and the primary agent, looking at those symptoms, actually concludes that the suspected diagnosis is cervical tear and recommends to use pain medicine. When the second agent comes to play, it sees the same symptoms but comes to a totally different solution. It suspects ACS and recommends to enable emergency protocol right away. So, what do you think? Which option, which scenario should be delivered to clinician? Anyone? Basically, the answer is none. It should be escalated. So the human needs to step in and make a proper decision based on the knowledge they have. We cannot trust AI with this decision. We cannot make decision on behalf of the clinician in this situation. What else can we do? We can actually bring in clinical rule engine. So how it works? Imagine that you have a patient with bacterial infection, and the AI recommends to use amoxicillin to treat this condition. Sounds reasonable, right? But what clinical engine, rule engine will do, it will verify the class of antibiotics and actually will block the recommendation because there is a penicillin allergy in charts for these patients. It will not be delivered directly to clinician. It requires escalation, and the human actually needs to review and make a proper decision. There is one more method to minimize hallucinations. Let's see how it will deal with the patient with anemia. AI suggests to treat the anemia with the iron supplement. Reasonable? Why not? But let's see what the scoring system thinks about this recommendation. It actually retrieves data and analyzes it against the internal mechanism. The source coverage is actually scored quite low, in the middle. So the reason for that the AI was able to retrieve almost every chart, but the most recent lab work is 2 months, so it's not a full picture. It scores quite well source agreement. That's because the retrieved sources are in agreement with the condition and how it should be treated. Extraction clarity. System was able to retrieve multiple nodes with hemoglobin readings that are contradicting each other. So that's why the scoring is quite low. And the last criterion here is the recency aligning. 2 months old for the last lab is too much to make a proper decision, so it scores it slow. Then scoring system applies weights. Basically, it's configurable coefficients that indicate which criterion is more important for our case. So if you would take a look, in our case, source agreement is rated higher than, for example, recency alignment. And when the system calculates the final score, it goes set down, 0.68. it's lower than the threshold that is set for medication recommendation, which is set for 0.485. And this recommendation, even though it's reasonable and correct, will not be directly delivered to the clinician. It should be escalated, and the human needs to take care of this recommendation, making sure it's correct. For those who think how it can be applied in your cases, I have some good news. The entire mechanism is fully customized. Every institution can pick their own criteria to evaluate the decision against all the coefficients and the threshold that actually fits your risk tolerance and business needs. Clinical records are in disagreement all the time. It's not because they're incorrect, it's because of the time. For example, you have a patient who was admitted on Monday with suspected AFib, and by Tuesday this diagnosis was ruled out by the cardiologist. So what the AI should do? Should it pick one over another? But both records are there, both are in charts. They're all correct, they're all written by the specialist, but they disagree to each other. So what the AI should do? You probably already picked up the pattern, right? It should surface both records, timestamp them, indicate where it came from, so attribute this data source, and escalate it to the human, making sure that the human can make a proper decision. But it's not a blind decision. It should be surfaced, highlighted. It's supposed to support decision making, the human decision making. And probably the last mechanism I want to mention here, which is not directly related for AI hallucination prevention, but it's a legally required. It's a legal requirement under HIPAA and FDA requirements. Every system that creates, edits, modifies clinical electronic records should maintain a mutable audit trail. So every AI pipeline step should contribute a record to this log, clearly indicating who did what, when, and what was the outcome. So basically, this audit trail allows afterwards to restore the full picture of what is happening and why the decision was made. All the mechanisms I just mentioned, all put together in 4-layer output verification architecture. I just will briefly walk you through them, will not overwhelm me with the information. Layer 1 is a context block and grounding. So basically what it does, it retrieves all the information related for the decision making regarding some medical facts. And constrained AI to go beyond these data sources it identified for the decision making. You can easily test this layer. Remove one of the most recent policies or the protocols or one known piece of data and see if system would clearly indicate it's absent or will just, substitute with some hallucinated or fabricated information. Layer number 2 is when the scoring system actually lives. You can also test it really easily. You can just see some known mistake and watch the final score drop. Contradiction detection. This is a layer when we actually surface those contradictions and use clinical rule engine as a final pre-check before the decision is made. And the legally required layer that actually keeps track on everything what's going on in the system. You can also easily test this layer. Just see if you can restore the full picture around some medical fact or some statement from the patient chart and see how well you prepared for the audit actually. We also prepared a brief demo for this session that basically to demonstrate how the verified output architecture is actually worked with the SBAR report generation using the AI tool. SBAR generation using AI seems to be a low-hanging fruit, except for two facts. The fact number one, that 80% of serious medical errors involve communication failure at the handover. At this point, some of you may say, okay, let's just bring in the human, make them review the output, and make a decision. For you, I have fact number two. 82% of the studies link fatigue to medical errors, and it actually this risk actually peaks at the end of shift. That's exactly when the S-bar should be generated. Now, let's meet the hero of our demo, Mr. Lopez. He was admitted to the hospital with a suspected ACS and was actually receiving the relevant treatment. The next day, he got cardiologist consultation, and his diagnosis was ruled out, and he was diagnosed with a shingles, and accordingly, his treatment plan has been changed. So all this happened over the nurse's shift, who actually now needs to generate her SBAR report. So I hope it's running. So before this nurse starts her handover, she might need to review what was the situation at the beginning of her shift. So she refers the incoming handover section of the tool. That actually clearly states that Mr. Lopez has ACC suspected in the beginning of her shift. It was due to ACG control, like a cardiology consultation, and was prescribed with some medication. So she can actually have a full picture of what was handed to her in the incoming handover, and now she's ready to start her own. Once she clicks Start Handover button, system retrieves all the available information regarding the patient, cross-checks it, validates it, and drafts the report. The report, as you can notice, is scoring quite low. That's because the background section has two conflicts detected. Basically, the diagnosis has been changed, and accordingly, the medical prescription were changed. So she needs to review and resolve those conflicts in order to move forward. I just want to pay attention. It's not a hallucination. That's exactly how the prevention of the hallucination works. It's surface. See, it's all dated. It shows where it came from. So the nurse, and they even have the recommendation drafted for the nurse. So she can either confirm and accept AI recommendation, or she can override it manually in case she, I don't know, she has some extra information that is not in charts yet. So same conflict is highlighted for the prescription. It used to be one set of drugs. Now it's another to treat the shingles condition. So just for demo purposes, she wouldn't override it. She will just confirm and accept both recommendations. Sorry, give it some time. Yeah. Here we go. So she confirms it. And now the draft was should be actually updated. See, the confidence score jumps up. That's because all the statements are well grounded. There are no contradictions, so nurse can have to take a final look on this draft. And actually, if she agrees with everything, she can confirm and sign it. Once she did it, system generates, contributes the records to the audit trail, making sure that system tracks all the necessary information about this action in the system. So no other action are needed. The system is ready for a next shift. So clinical AI systems being deployed today are hallucinating, mostly because they were not designed with the prevention mechanism as a primary engineering constraint. They are designed to produce a fluent, complete looking output. That's exactly what they're doing, even when they're wrong. The good news are the output verification architecture exists, and all those hallucinations can be highlighted. Okay, not all of them, but majority of the hallucinations can be highlighted. They can be treated before they affect the judgments, that before they reach out the clinicians, before they actually bring harm to the patients. I know you listen to me quite long time, so I want to give you some handy tip at the end of this presentation. It's a very brief 6-question checklist that you can use on the board to evaluate an AI tool quality and its ability to resist the hallucinations. The first part, take a look if your system can, if you can actually trace back every statement to the source document. If you can do that, that means that if you cannot do that, that means that you cannot differentiate the fabricated data from the grounded one. Number 2 is the confidence visibility. Without those visual signals, you cannot, every output, remember that AI generates very fluent, very confident looking output. Without those confidence scoring, you cannot actually, every output looks equally correct. See if the system checks contradictions for you, or just combines something and makes decision on your behalf. See how your system treats absent data. For example, you're supposed to fill in the allergy field, but for some reason it's empty. What the system will do? Would it leave it blank? Would it default it with some data, or would it explicitly flags it? So basically only the third option is safe for your patients. See on your own if you're ready for the audit, if system actually keeps record on everything that's going on in the AI system. And the number 6, check if the system mostly relies on your clinicians for the hallucination as a primary hallucination prevention mechanism, or it actually catches and addresses it before the clinicians actually see the result. So that's basically, if you cannot answer those 6 questions with the confidence, with the details, now you know what it means. It means that you cannot trust the AI, the output that your AI generates for you. Thank you for your attention, and I'll gladly answer your questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. So if anyone has any questions, you're always my first question asker.
What can I do?
Go ahead.
What about services that involve hallucination as a nature of the service, maybe such as a therapy in which the therapist sort of hallucinates with the patient and AI can help them hallucinate? It's not exactly hallucinate, it's more imaginary, but in essence it does the same thing in that it is not talking about factual events and evidence and so on. In psychiatry, psychology, and other therapeutic services like that. That make the patients feel comfortable in situation where there is no real solution but waiting and so on.
I'm not sure that I really get this question, but I will try to. AI hallucination is not a disease. It's a wrong answer. It's an incorrect answer. It's like when you need one pill, it prescribes you different pill. No matter what the diagnosis is, you don't want to get the wrong pill. So if you're talking about hallucination as a process of as a synonym of the imagination, that's different. It's not directly applicable to this situation. I'm not sure. Did I answer your question?
Partially.
Anyone else? I see that you have, like you want to ask a question. Last comment, right?
The term AI hallucination is very broad, I guess, because I understand what you're saying. When I use AI, it makes things up. So, and I could see how that could happen in a clinical setting. And what you're doing is great. I feel like the checkpoints that are going through each AI and preventing catastrophes is amazing. But I'm not really sure if hallucination would be the right term to use, I guess, because it confuses people, you know.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's not my term. It was invented before.
I see that in this classroom we have the same people asking questions. We need new people. Every time. Go ahead.
Hello. All right. So, just again, it's a broader comment as well, but I think it'd be interesting to get your insight because if you look back, whenever calculators came up, right, people weren't particularly very trustworthy of the calculator, right? They were putting the numbers in, but they were also doing the checks on the side, right? And I feel like with AI is the same. More and more, right, we're going to be depending on these tools, and we're going to lose the track of confirming everything that he's doing, right? Because more and more we're going to understand the architecture that he has, and we're going to believe him more and more, right? Such in a way that we can also scale it up the process that we do, right? So in such way, and also there is, for instance, research in which they utilize hallucinations to getting to conclusions, right? But in a broader way, I think, would you think it's a matter of time until these hallucinations go away and we can actually leverage it?
The short answer, I didn't know. It will get more and more sophisticated engineering approaches, making sure that you minimize more and more the chance of the hallucination to come up unnoticed. Let's put it this way. It may still appear. In any system may have this four-layer architecture. It doesn't matter. It still might appear, like, you know, but the chance is getting lower. Maybe in a year I will tell you about like eight layers architecture, but it still will be a slight chance. It will be lower than now, but it still will be a slight chance. So we never can exclude human from this equation. Never. At least that's my vision. Maybe you have another opinion.
I'm telling you, same people asking questions. Let's do it quickly because we're running.
I mean, in our daily practice, it's not normal because the science is evolving. I mean, the way we treat today is not like the way we treat tomorrow. So we have always clinical discussions. So I don't think that will disappear. So it's a normal process of getting better. And for us, it's just normal to have, we have different opinions. If you are going to Harvard, if you go to Stanford, it's a normal part of normal life. So it's interesting to know that we never, I don't think that it will change because it's the way it is. The science is changing and the way of appreciation is changing. So it's a part of our daily life.
Okay, thank you. That was just a comment. Okay, anyone else? If not, then please help me thank Marina for a wonderful presentation. Thank you. So we are going to take a 5-minute break. We have to set up for our startup competition for our judges and the 9 wonderful companies that are going to be presenting briefly. So if you could just come back in time or stay here as you wish, keeping a seat. We would thank you and see you in a little bit.
I gotta kick you out of the front row. I gotta put my contestants here, okay? Perfect, thank you. Alright.
whole team. Gotta have a team, you know? Yeah. Thank you. Don't make any funny things. מתי מתחילים פה?
עוד מעט,
מה נשמע?
בסדר,
הנה דוקטור דור מתחיל עכשיו.
שלום.
תושב המקום?
כן. מיאמי, ואיפה אתם?
אנחנו מישראל.
מישראל באים לכאן?
כן,
וואו.
הנה כאן
הבודקה שלכם?
מה אתה עושה?
אני פרופסור באוניברסיטת מיאמי, ואני מתמחה ב-AI ומדיסין.
וואו.
ומה אתם עושים?
אנחנו עושים מקבע כאן לקטטר. מקבלים פיקסיישן פורט הקטטר.
בפינה כאן זה אתם?
כן, תבוא תבקר.
כן, אני אבוא. אני עברתי שם, אבל לא ראיתי אף אחד. זה היה קודם לכן, maybe הלכו לאיזשהו מקום.
יכול להיות. עכשיו דור מציג כאן.
זאת אומרת, בכלי אדם, מה בדיוק אתם?
לא.
מה זה catheter?
אנחנו עושים fixation for the catheter.
Fixation?
I'm sorry, I gotta kick folks out of here. Let me see. I got you. Perfect. Mark, I got Julio. Got
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Grab a seat.
Let me take mine.
Where's my 5? Where's my number 5? Grab a seat.
And I'm actually going to do what I did yesterday.
Yes, startup. This is an Israeli company that does catheterization, which I didn't understand exactly
Okay.
what it is.
I work everywhere.
No,
Nothing,
Five, six, seven.
not even a good chocolate, nothing.
8. All right. I'm
No
sorry, can I get
coffee,
you?
no
So let me catch a seat over there,
Oh,
okay?
you're set. Are you speaking? No, you're not. Okay, can I have you 3 migraines? Sorry, I got 9 today. Perfect. I think I'm missing one more after that. How we doing? Are we excited? Can I have you move back, my love? Thank you so much. Sorry. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These all my speakers here? You're a speaker? That's my love. Sit. Sorry, I'll go ahead, sit. Perfect. Are you having anything else? Oh, can I have you move? I'm sorry. See my contestants here. Perfect. You are a judge. You are with me, Mr. Michael. I'm sorry, sir. Could I have you move to a different row? I'm so sorry. I need you up here. My love, it's time. You're judging? Yep, right now. 5 minutes go. I'm running a strict program. Hi, I'm Helen. You guys need it.
Hola. How are you?
This is your first time. You're in You're in Nova, right? I go to law school in Nova, so I appreciate it. Right. All right, judges, real quick. I'm going to run you through it. Every contestant has 3 minutes on the clock, 3 minutes for Q&A. You guys have 2 microphones. However you want to do Q&A for the contestant, bring the past microphones between you two. That's how it works. Gloria is your MC. She will be timing everyone for you, and she will be handling the contestants. Scoring, real quick, how it works. It's going to go in order of the contestants. They have all these categories to represent on. You click, you type 1 through 10. If your iPad logs in, you'll log on to 3 open. My most important thing is not trying to most important thing is do not so just stay with me.
Go.
Cool? Yes, I will be an attorney in 3 years. You call me. All right, perfect. Contestants, right with me. Gloria Victoria. She's running the show. She's gonna call you in order. Microphone and clicker right here. Your presentation's gonna be loaded up. You have the confidence monitor. I'm pretty sure walked you through all of it. First slide's up there, and next slide, any notes you have right there. 3 minutes goes. If you go over 3 minutes, she's gonna ding you. You've got 3 minutes of Q&A with the judges. If you go over that, she's gonna ding you again. I think that's about it. Once you're done, you put the microphone and the clicker back down, you take a seat, everyone stays till the end, you give me 5 minutes at the end, I will calculate the scores, I'm going to announce the top 3. Top 3, you come back tomorrow at 3 p.m., we do it all over again. If you want to make an adjustment to your PowerPoints overnight, if you do it, you send it back to me by 11 a.m. tomorrow. Are we cool? Questions? Where do I go?
Can I please give Isabella a round of applause because she's the boss. Ah, there you go. And she got me a bell, which I kind of like it. You know, I love props. Anyway, my name is Gloria Garces, president of Non-Urban Global, and it is my pleasure to, for a second day, host this 3rd edition of the Accelerate Startup Competition here at World Expo in Miami. So, for those of you who don't know, this is a dynamic platform designed to support emerging and growing healthcare startups seeking new opportunities and strategic partnerships. On behalf of this organizing committee, I want to thank you all participants. We can give them all a round of applause. We have 9 incredible companies that are going to present today, and we have an amazing panel of judges. So I don't have to tell you again because Isabella made it very clear. You guys have 3 minutes to present, and we have 3 minutes for questions. For the audience in this portion of the program, the questions are solely reserved for the judges. So I know many of you are going to feel excited when we say questions and start raising your hand. I cannot give you the time to speak. It's solely for judges, and there will be only 3 minutes for questions. If you go over, you give me the great pleasure of dinging the little bell. Ding, 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 ding. So, I mean, you can go over 1 second, and we're all good. Just give me the pleasure. Would be nice. Let me introduce our panel of wonderful judges, by the wonderful, stylish, beautiful, enigmatic, impactful, Elena Domensky. Yes, you can get up.
אני יכול להכניס את הטלפון שלך לכאן,
She's philanthropreneur from Miami, Florida.
אז הוא יצלם. יש לי איזה אבל פה, אני יכול... תביאי אותו לכאן.
And into Broward Center of Innovation and co-founder of CGU, Connecting Giants and Unicorns from Davie, Florida. Yes, you can do it again. Aviel Gassi, Managing Director for MedUp USA. You can also get up, like, this is your moment. Coming from Orlando, Florida, and the super uber stylish Joseph Magazine, Commissioner and Chairman of Finance and Economic Resiliency Committee, City of Miami Beach. Because if you are a commissioner in the City of Miami Beach, you've got to wear City of Miami Beach colors. Hello. Senior Partner and Head of Business Development for Fortuna Investments. Thank you guys for being here. You have been instructed on how to judge our wonderful presenters today. So help me welcome our number 1 presenter, and it's Julio Gonzalez, founder of Parenture Holdings from Hollywood, Florida. Thank you, Julio.
My mom fell in the kitchen a couple of years ago, and I didn't find out for many hours. My name is Julio Gonzalez, founder of Parenture, and today the sandwich generation is struggling with caring for our loved ones needing a little bit more help. There's 63 million of us, 25% of them struggling for that care. 78% are experiencing burnout, and 27% actually want for it all to end. So Parenture is we built a caregiving, we're solving caregiving stress and worry with a support hub that enables loved ones' independence. Seniors get a simple application and wearables that provide the information that we as caregivers need in order to make effective caregiving decisions. And one of the most important things, we provide caregiving prompts so that we, the caregivers, also are reminded to care for ourselves. There's a tremendous opportunity with 63 million of us in the sandwich generation. We believe there's a 450,000 population that we can achieve. We have both a B2C model, so direct to consumer subscription based, at $24.95 a month, as well as a B2B2C where we're partnering with physicians and different types of medical settings in order to provide the application for their customers. From a competition perspective, there are a number of competitors on the market. The vast majority of those are point products, and the differentiator for ParentSure is that we're providing it all in a one-stop shop. Some of the closest competitors, so for instance, TenderCare is a free product, but nothing on this planet is free. So they're selling your data where all of the data that we are maintaining is purely private to that care circle. From a revenue perspective, we're raising $400,000. The vast majority of that is designed for marketing and advertising. This is a space that requires a lot of communication. From a team perspective, we've started putting together a team with Yenbi Trong, who's a serial entrepreneur in South Florida, and Dr. Nafisa Khan, who is a doctor of physical therapy, and she's using the product in her space. ParentSure provides the support you need in order to provide the care that they deserve. When your loved one has a crisis, how will you find out? Thank you.
Wow, you didn't give me a chance to ding. Okay, we have now three minutes. No, wait, stay 3 minutes for questions.
You have to turn it on, you know.
Cool, that's very loud. Thank you for that presentation. I'm not sure what the technology is that you're actually using. So can you walk a little bit through your tech stack and what the features are of this platform?
Sure, so it's a connected care app, and we're using an app itself. In the first version, we're using an app.
Let me
so
string
it's
it
very
with
requires a lot
Is it
of
dog?
interaction with the senior. But that's why we're building in wearables, so we're going to take into account all the commercially available wearables. We're looking at some OEM products.
Let me rephrase. Can you finish the sentence for me? I invented blank. Finish that sentence. What did you invent?
I invented a platform that improves the communication across family members and builds a care circle around.
I can
a
put
loved one.
another on your follow
Feels to me
all
like
the
that
rub.
platform's been invented many times over. So I'm still not sure what it is that you do that's new or unique or differentiated.
The differentiators, we're doing it in one spot. We're not providing a number of point products that together will require a couple $100s worth of subscriptions, because yes, you can get a Life Alert, you can get Life 360, you can get Jubilee TV. We're bringing all of that together in a consumer-based product that gives the family-based loved one the information that they need to care for their loved one.
Any revenue? Or?
Pre-revenue right now. We've got an MVP out in the app stores right now.
You said somebody's using it. How many users do you have?
So we've got a pilot community of about 50. We're building out for Dr. Khan an entire clinical side so that she can monitor her adult daycare patients.
And how long has it been in development and ready?
We're about a year in now.
And is this product, I'd like to hone in more on what the actual product is and the usage. Is it only for use in emergencies? Is it continuing communication? And if it is, how is that uptake within the senior community that tend to be a little less tech savvy?
Yeah, so it is designed for continuous care. So, my mom's 84, lives in Miami, my sister and I are her care providers, but what goes on throughout the day when we're not there with her? So it's designed to provide that transparent communication between parent and child. It's not designed for assisted living facilities. It's for, us, home care, those of us providing, care for our parents. So in today's product, yes, it does require mom to go in and acknowledge a task or a medication. In the future, with the different wearables and the different sensors we're looking to build into the product, it's more transparent so that it's less dependent on that senior that isn't tech savvy.
And my question, it's great. how you will ensure that the senior that needed the most will have it regardless if they have the money to pay for that?
That's the challenge, because too many seniors don't want it. So there has to be a conversation between the family.
No, they want it. They don't have the money to pay.
They don't pay for it. The family pays for it. It's very low.
Okay, the family neither, but it's okay.
Okay, let's not complicate it. We are running out of time. Thank you so much, Julio. Please, an applause for Julio. And now help me welcome Dr. Dor Golem, medical advisor in the U.S. for Cathetrics.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Dr. Golem. I'm a urologist. I'm here representing Cathetrics. The FRO is an Israeli-based company. It's the world's first catheter stabilizer that actively and simultaneously reduces the chance of infections, prevents traumatic urethral catheter extraction, reduces pain and irritation, dramatically improves patient quality of life, and at the same time also saves money. A little bit of history for you, those of you who don't know what a Foley catheter is. It was invented almost 90 years ago, and not much has changed in the last 90 years. The way we put a catheter in is through the urethra, and then we inflate a balloon that holds the catheter in place. And that catheter is then connected to a urine bag, which gradually collects urine as it fills, and it pulls down on the catheter. Having a catheter is very uncomfortable to walk around with and have it in your urethra, whether you're male or female. This brings along three major challenges. The first one is a hanging urine bag that gradually pulls on the catheter, which is very uncomfortable for the patient. The second is the minor catheter movements as the patient walks around or is being moved, which causes irritation of the urethra and the bladder neck, and it's very uncomfortable for a patient walking around with it. And the strong accidental pulling, which is rare but could occur with the balloon inflated, which pulls on the catheter. So it's very traumatic for the patient, causes pain, irritation, and bleeding. The statistics are that catheter-associated urinary tract infections are very common. The World Health Organization has described it as a leader of global infection. It has a high global infection rate, and it's one of the goals of the WHO to decrease catheter-associated urinary tract infections. Our product, the Foley Safe, has 3 layers of protection in order to help these patients and help patients with an indwelling urethral catheter. The first